Okay, this is gonna be my first video, guys, so just bear with me. First, I'll tell you a bit about myself. Um, I had both parents living in the home. They always, they always boasted about how we stayed together for 24 fucking years. It's funny, funny. But they'd always fight though. Um, I think they would always fight because my mother was a crackhead. My dad worked as a seafarer or seaman. Seaman. Um, so yeah, he taught me how to swim. He taught me how to be a man, really in a really good way. He um he made me do hard work. How I was even driving at the age of 11, driving a manual truck at the age of 11. Um, he made me into a person that I was proud of. He was proud of me. So yeah, but my mother was a bit of a crackhead. Just a quick overview. Um, Based on my experiences, I've already grabbed the gun off my drunk, angry mother um, about 3 times um, before I was 14. Obviously, I knew how to handle a gun and cock it, and make sure the chamber is not loaded, and everything. I cleaned guns. My dad would make me clean the gun. Yeah. Um, yeah. I worked from a really young age. Well, I say really, but it was by about 16 or 17 years old. I had to move away about 2 hours away from where I actually lived and go into the city because we lived in the provinces where it was nice. Um, San Antonio Zambales. Look it up. You should go. Um, so yeah, I worked from a young age. First worked as a baker. I had to get up at 4 or 5 a.m. and do the work, make sure everything was set for the head chef to come in. Everything was ready. Everything was the work. It was just that the work had to be done at that time already, which was awesome. I didn't like it. It was terrible. I would remember days where I would cry myself to. I would wake up, cry, have a bit of a cry, and then go to work. After that, just reminisce about my life after work, and then cry some more, and then go to sleep. um, Me looking for a way out, the easy way out, and then my mother suggested this some other job in Laguna, which is 4 hours away from where I lived, or 4 hours away from where my family lived at least. And what do you call this? Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I liked the job a lot better, but I was working for a lot less. I was now working for what would equate to $11 New Zealand a day, and it wouldn't be even an 8-hour day. It would be a 16-hour day, which kind of sucked. You got free food though, so I mean, if you're gonna be a slave, might as well get some benefits, right? Um, as I was about to turn 18, I got a call from my dad. Oh, my mom really. My mom rang me up and was like, your dad's really sick. I think that you should come home for this one. Immediate alarm bells ringing off. So like, no way. It's happening. I mean, my dad was pretty old. He was born in 1947, so he was like a hard man. He taught me how to be hard. Um, so yeah, I came home about like the same evening, and my boss was close to my mom, and when they had to talk to each other, she actually thought that I should go home as well, like ASAP. I was like, okay, you guys are not telling me shit. And as soon as I arrived into the hospital, my dad wasn't even expecting me. He told me to just keep working, my. It's okay, I'll be fine. Trying to be hard. And then, yeah, I came into the hospital and then I saw him basically on his deathbed. I I looked at him and said, "Fuck, they fucking butchered you, didn't they?" Terrible, terrible, terrible. Um, yeah, I found out that he had ulcerated cancer of the abdomen. It's probably all the beers, to be honest. But yeah, it's fine anyways. He was gonna pass away, and that much was clear. In about the span of 2 months, I saw him wither away into nothing. He had about what 3 or 4 operations after that, trying to fucking fix his intestines. They basically made it whole. Disclaimer: if you're queasy, don't listen to this part. They basically made a hole that goes out into his stomach, goes out so that the food and water would come out, go into a bag, and yeah, have it go from there. Fuck, terrible shit. I don't wish that upon anyone, but if it helps them become a better person, if it helps them to become a more resilient person, then sure. Um, yeah, my father eventually died. He passed, expired. Um, then that's kind of where I dove into deep depression. I turned into a alcoholic for a few months. My sister actually helped us out here a lot. He took us out of the Philippines from where we were living, and then put us in New Zealand, which was great. Um, I mean, as much as I'd like to say that there was no future in the Philippines, there probably was, to be honest. But there's more future in there's probably more opportunity, better opportunities in New Zealand. Come on, in the Philippines is like what third on this third on like the most corrupt scale of the world, behind like what India and Africa. It's funny. Sometimes it's the first. So yeah, but before that though, before I went to New Zealand, I was definitely like a drinker. I drank hard. I drank my soul out, and it didn't really make it any worse until I had to go to the hospital all the time because my shits weren't correct. I had to stop drinking, and then yeah, I went to New Zealand. After that, I dove into deep depression for about a year. I was smoking all the weed that I can with the money that I could, basically spending all of my money on weed, spending it all on smokes, and yeah, just not living like a proper healthy human, staying inside all day, never leaving my room, constantly crying every now and then. I didn't really know how to harden up. After a year of that, my sister said that you should do something with your life. She's a really good person. Well, Everybody has their flaws and misdemeanors, but she definitely helped me out of that stage of my life. I went into music school because I always wanted to. I've been playing guitar since I was 14. Learned how to somewhat do riffs and actually solo continuously by the time I was like around 16. And yeah, yeah, it's something that it's something I definitely love to do is playing guitar. Hey, so why not go to school for it? To be honest, in hindsight, it was probably a real bad idea. I mean, it was okay to get me out of like that depression, so I can like pretend that I'm doing something, and like it wasn't the it was the worst idea in the world. I mean, I met a few good people there. I came into went into a band. We joined the Battle of the Bands, being 3 months being a band, and we actually got to the finals in Auckland. So it was like a country type thing. Really proud of that. It's like we were making songs while we were practicing, and then let's perform it on this day, and then it all works out anyways. Had fun, had a bunch of fun, but it wasn't probably the most practical way of trying to make money, maybe. Considering that only a really small percentage actually get famous. Maybe if I really wanted to put in the work, yeah, I probably could have done it. So yeah, music school. After that, I actually met a girl there though. That's probably a really bad decision. One of the worst decisions I could have. I was in this mode where there was like no girls gonna do the work, doing the work, and I didn't even watch the video in order for that to be like a thing. I kind of sort of knew that that's what I had to do in order to be successful in this type of thing, but I didn't because she was fucking hot. I think she was fucking hot. Other people now they say that she wasn't really the hottest chick in the world. It's like yeah, she was fucking hot. I reckon. She's pretty, and so I got complacent. I didn't really practice guitar anymore. I don't skip things that I should go to, and then just focus on love rather than focusing on the work that I had to do, focusing on the things that I did in order to get her attracted to me in the first place. Probably my purpose, you know. Eat red pill. Anyways, yeah. After that, I went into a 2 year relationship with this girl, and I left music school because I thought I couldn't do it. I couldn't focus. I was gonna waste $6,000 $6,000 like per semester or something just to waste my time, not really pay attention. At the same time, I was doing heaps and heaps of drugs, so I was basically doing MDMA. I did MDMA for about 6 weeks, I'd say. It was 6 weeks. I counted it because that's when I started. I wanted to get out of it. First week was fucking beautiful. I want to do it immediately after that. Second week, beautiful. Third week, fourth week, fuck. Fifth week, I'm gonna take some acid now. And then I took a lot of acid, lot of acid. But I still took MDMA with that, like, anyways. And then after that, I took just acid, saw how the world was actually fucked around me, and then I actually decided that I wasn't gonna do that anymore. And then I met this girl, got complacent, went into a 2 year relationship with her, got more and more complacent, let her slowly revealed things about myself that I probably shouldn't have revealed. I even cried in front of her. Never cry in front of your girl. That's just something that I definitely had to learn the hard way. I mean, she might say that, oh, tell your feelings to me, but you don't. You're not supposed to. Maybe you might be supposed to you're supposed to tell that to your friends, to your male friends, and then they'll tell you what to do because a woman will never understand the hardships of a man because we're different. Duh. Fucking hell. So yeah. Eventually, me being too complacent, me being a sissy boy, not really handling the problems of the world and putting it on my shoulder and saying yes, I can. She left me. Terrible. A terrible place to be in. After that, I was just like, actually, what is what is the world? You know, what's what makes it tick? I definitely went into nihilism. Nothing was good. I mean, when I was in the relationship with her, I was the most nihilistic I've ever been. Maybe, yeah, it's just not a good place to be. Fucking going to McDonald's every fucking week, like 3 times a week even. Laziness, emotional crutches here and there, preventing me to be strong or the emotionally strong person that I could be. And then yeah, a month after she left, I thought to myself that there must be something that's better. There has to be something that's better than what I'm doing now. So I wanted to find a way out. I read some books. Probably a really good book for depression right now would be for me back then would be right how not to give a fuck. I don't actually have the book on me right now. I lended it to a friend, which they thought it was a fucking amazing book. And here we go. It's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. That book helped me out of it most definitely. And then I got introduced. From that, I got introduced into Stoicism and Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, or yeah, those triple OGs. And so four these are four things that I know should help you if you are in a deep depression. Firstly, you make yourself depressed. I know it's terrible. It's terrible. I know. I know. But like, hear me out. You probably bad things will happen in your life most definitely. Like it'll always be a recurring event in your life having terrible shit happen, and it's out of your control. Having a family member die, having being thrown into a country where you don't know anybody and you can't actually interact with anybody for a while because you need to get used to how they interact here. Like nobody goes out of their house here in the Philippines. Everybody's out of their house. You're always interacting with people there, so it's easy to make friends. Um, so yeah, what did I do to fix that? Stoicism, um, being a master of your own mind. Stoicism, journaling, meditation, and specifically gratitude meditation, or even practicing your gratuity. Um, this is a surefire way to make you appreciate the things that you have and look look forward to the future in a way better light. Um, so yeah, just journal every day. It doesn't even have to be anything. Just journal. Oh, I'm sad, but why am I sad though? You know, Uh, do I have to have the feeling that I feel right now? Should I let it? should have let it swallow me, basically. And don't let it swallow you. I know it's easier said than done, but you have to. You have to do it. It's things that you have to do, or else die. You know, you'll give yourself a death. You'll kill yourself if you don't. Number two is fix your surroundings. So this includes your immediate surroundings, which is like cleaning your room, making sure everything is tidy, everything is good for you to work, good for you to work on things that you find important. So when I was practicing my guitaring, I didn't really have much of anything to fix, much of anything to make sure that everything was tidy. As I got into as I grew up, had a job, got into a little bit of this, I got into this consumerism phase where I thought that buying the things would make me happy, and not instead of like actually just focusing on my purpose, playing guitar or doing the things that I thought I should be doing. I wasn't doing any of that. I was just so fix your surroundings, make sure that everything is neat and tidy. So once you get up in the morning, you can just start doing the work like it's nothing. Um, yeah. Another point to your surroundings is make sure that the people around you have your best interest in heart. And that goes deeper than just having your best interest in heart. It might not be making sense right now, but let me explain. People will tell you that it's okay to be depressed because you have a reason to be depressed. I had doctors telling me that, well, you've gone through some rough patches. I'm also a sexual abuse victim throughout my childhood by different people. So it's like I had reasons to be sad. But a really good interview that I saw from Axl Rose, he used to be one of my idols. Guns N' Roses, obviously. Everybody knows how to play a Slash solo once you start getting playing guitar. But he was also sexually abused, but his viewpoint on it was, so what if I got fucked in the ass? That's not who I am. It just happened to me, and that's we can leave it at that. That's where it can stay if we want it to, and that's part of, and that goes back to my first point, journaling, meditation, being grateful for what you have. You don't have to wallow. You don't need to be a victim. You can be somebody who surpasses that and be a champion instead. So these people that will, these doctors was literally so ready to give me pills, and I took them for about a month, and I never felt worse. And they always say that you feel worse before it gets better, but fuck, why do I have to actually take pills in order for me to get better? There must be something else. I don't want an emotional crutch. I want to build my integrity. I want to build my strength. So definitely have people around you that will tell you what you need to hear at times. Kind of like my sister telling me, yes, I know your father died, you've had a year now, but it's time for you to do something. And thank fuck I did something. For the first year doing that Battle of the Band shit, I was probably the happiest that I've ever been. Yeah, definitely felt like a rock star doing road trips here and there with no songs under our belts. We are just gonna do it, and then we fucking made it happen. Good, good shit. Yeah. My third point is fix your physical. Um, Probably the only time where I really, really loved playing guitar, practicing practicing out of my own accord and doing the things that was a very healthy what a very healthy human would be. I was also biking every day. Also, 4 times a day from school and back as fast as I fucking could. I built legs like a brick shit house, you know, like it was nobody who had bigger legs than I did. Number two is I was doing karate close to every day. I'm a black belt. How did I forget that during depression? I don't know. It just did. Just slipped away for some reason. Now I'm getting back into it. I'm realizing that I can fucking do some damage. I'm proud of where I got. And it took discipline to get there. And now what am I doing? I'm just doing home calisthenics, but I've recently gained about 5 kilos of total, I'd say, muscle mass because I'm pretty how you would say lean right now. Eating better, eating healthier. It really affects your mental health. So remember when I said it was like going to McDonald's like 3, 4 times a week with my girlfriend, just being complacent as fuck. I felt terrible. I've never felt more horrible in my whole entire life. And then once you start eating healthier, like let's say eat healthy for a month, and you readjusted your body to accept those healthy things. Then you go back to eating shit, or just have one McDonald's meal, you feel fucking terrible. Or try to exercise after that, you just feel lethargic. It's not helpful. So yeah, fix on pretty much every aspect of your physical. It does ring true when people say that a healthy body equals to a healthy mind. And lastly, purpose. When people say what's the meaning of life, people it can't really be summed up in a it can't really be summed up in a few sentences. Like, come on, I think life is way way more complex than that, and that's why people don't really believe those sentences where it's like uh, meaning of life is about being happy. It's really not. You're gonna go through pain, and the search of a better truth, I think, is a meaning of life. But it's not just that; it's a bunch of other things as well. Purpose, passions, having something that drives you, that distracts you enough to forget about the harshness and the reality of the world. It's almost like getting enticed in a ping pong game. You're in it, you know? You're watching the ball go back and forth, hitting your paddle, focused, absolute focus. It distracts you. And we know we have like lots of other distractions here. Another one point would be alcohol, another one would be drugs or weed or but you can either orient your distractions in a way where it's oriented towards the good or oriented towards the bad, nihilism, alcohol, weed. You can probably just orient it towards exercise or finding your immediate thing that distracts you, that makes your life just a little bit better. And I think it's worth focusing on that thing. I think that is the true meaning of life. Having your mind gripped, totally gripped by something that is oriented towards the good. That's the most if you're doing that, then you're already more successful than what you were what you were 3 months ago, what you were 5 minutes ago, even. So yeah, keep focused, boys.